for those of you who are in the courtroom, Jasveen accepted responsibility. Sentencing was put over until December, and at which time we believe that a full and evidentiary hearing will reveal exactly what was going on and will give the judge the complete background to do what we think is fair and just in this case.
Why did your client change her plea from not guilty to guilty?
She's always accepted responsibility. Without revealing the negotiations, the biggest hurdle in this case has always been that, from my standpoint at least, I thought the government was turning the responsibility in this case on its head. I think that most people, if you talk to them about this case, their biggest problem with it is, why is she in custody and the people, whether it's medical professionals or the people who are actually ingesting the drug or the people who are administering the drug, are out. And I think that there's some quirks in the law and there's some quirks in the equitable circumstances, and I think that's exactly why it took so long.
How much time are you advocating for?
I think she's already got over a year. We're going to advocate that we have a full presentation that we'll make to the judge, and I'm not at the point where we're going to say how much time.
Mark, you mentioned that presentation at the end of today's hearing, and you just said we hope the judge administers a fair and just sentencing. What does that look like when Matthew Perry is no longer here on this room?
Well, look, it's a tragedy, and I think that once we flesh out exactly what happened here and who was responsible for what, I'm hopeful that the judge, and first we have to go this in federal court. It's a longer procedure. We've got to go through the analysis of the guidelines, and we have to get fix the responsibility and who's responsible for what. And that's what we will do between now and December.
What kind of new evidence will you present to the court during the hearing?
I think that two of the things that we will do, I would expect that there will be expert testimony, and the expert testimony will go as to the drugs and as to causation.
Does your client have any message for Matthew Perry's family?
Look, she feels horrible about all of this. I mean, nobody wants to be in the chain of causation, for lack of a better term. So yeah, she feels horrible. She's felt horrible since day one.
So are you guys?
How would you describe her disposition today?
Serious, solemn, and clearly dealing with it as best she can. This has been a horrendous experience.
Are you guys saying that ketamine, the overdose was caused by things other than ketamine? Is that what you're going to be presenting?
I think there's a lot of things that will come out at the sentencing hearing, and I'll just leave it at that.
Can you characterize that context in any way?
I just think that once there are experts who will opine, it'll be a more robust understanding of what happened. I think there's a lot of mitigation in this case. I think there's a lot of things that we will present that'll give a clear picture as to what actually happened and levels of responsibility. I think at a certain point, that's all we're asking for. Part of the reason that you have the sentencing guidelines is to inform a judge so that there aren't disparities in sentences, but also so that you can affix responsibility. And that's what we plan on doing.
What would be a just sentence?
We're putting that together and we'll file that.
Did you encourage her to plead guilty, or is this something that she wanted to do?
I think she's always wanted to take responsibility from day one. So I don't encourage clients to do anything except what's in their best interest.
What would your client do after she gets out in the future?
We'll have that part of what you present to the judge in the sentencing in federal court is a release or a post-release plan. So we'll put that together as well. She's already, I think, engaged in quite a full throttle engagement with programs while in there. She also is working on volunteering while she's in there. things of that nature. She's making a very productive use of her time.